Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Seems like Mark's internet is frozen. I'll just go and get you started, Power. Your takeaways from just looking at the tape and looking at what the defense did, maybe in particular what you did, linebackers did, and how you thought the defensive line ahead of you played against FAMU.
We did a solid job, but everybody did their assignment. You know, everybody was in their gaps, and everybody made plays. Everybody did what they 111th of the job, and everybody executed.
Were there any issues though looking at tape you need to improve on? Obviously, there's gonna be things you want to do better, right? And improve on.
Yeah, for sure. Some things in the back end, some pass game things, you know, some miscommunication. But we all got that squared away. All got it fixed this week, for sure.
All right, Luciano, go ahead.
Hey, Bauer, I hope you're doing well, and thanks for your time. Coach Brown said on Monday that you were the defensive player of the game against Florida A&M. How important is it for you to start the season with such an acknowledgement?
You know, I have great teammates all across the board. Anybody could have got it. I just feel like I just did my job. They did what they asked me to do, and yeah, I just felt like I just went out there and executed my job. And when the play came to me, I just made the play. That's what they got me here to. That's what I came here to do. That's what I came here to do. As I can say that. Just make plays.
Okay, Andrew Jones, go ahead.
Hey, Power, what are you expecting to see from App State's offense on Saturday?
A lot of hard-nosed football, a lot of like outside zone stretch, you know, run plays, things of that nature with a play action off of it. It's going to be like a hard-nosed, gritty game, very physical game. Expecting them, they got a good ball club, a fundamental, good coach ball club over there. So, and they got a great atmosphere. So it's going to be a hard-nosed, physical game in a hostile environment. But I'm excited already.
You brought up the atmosphere. What kind of atmosphere are you expecting? And what are you guys doing to maybe mentally prepare yourself for the craziness you're going to endure on Saturday?
Like a hostile environment, loud atmosphere. You know, we in the indoor, we have like big speakers. So, you know, we put on the crowd noise to make sure we can't hear. So we really got to communicate, things of that nature. And what was the other part of the question you asked me?
It was just about the craziness of the whole environment. I mean, I would imagine the bus ride in there and everything's going to be pretty wild. It's going to be a pretty cool scene for you.
Calmness in the cast, you know, just being locked in and everything. Just know what we got to do what we do, as Coach Chisholm would say, and just be keen and focused. You know, locked in for 60 minutes, and on the whole trip there, just understanding what we got to do from a fundamental standpoint, from a alignment standpoint, keys, and go out there and do our job. You know, it's a big atmosphere, it's a big crowd. You know, it's an away game, so we just got to go in there and just be the better team that day and just be locked in.
Thank you.
Mike Solarte, go ahead.
Thanks very much. Hey, Power, kind of going off of the road trip. This will be your first road game as a team. Every team every year is different. What are the challenges in terms of trying to keep the routine and as normal as possible, even though you're going to be in? I mean, you guys are going to be dressing at the top of the hill in the visitors' room. We're going to have to walk down, you know, a different way and all those things, and trying to get yourselves acclimated and get your minds right when you go into an atmosphere like
honestly, I could just say, just go off of your preparation and practice. You know, preparing now is what sets you up for the game later. And as long as we prepare the way we're supposed to and prepare to our standard, you know, anything that gets thrown at us, anything that might, you know, kind of be different from what we usually know, we always know how we prepared in practice, how we executed in practice. So I feel like habits and behaviors is what you build to make sure when things happen that are different, you stand firm on those and you'll be all right.
App State's a program that's enjoying some success in terms of their season. They sold out all their season tickets this year. They're expecting 40,000 plus at their place. You guys coming in with that NC on the sides of your helmet. I mean, this it's got all the makings of one of the bigger games of week one. It's especially big for App State. How do you try to take the temperature down from that crowd? Because you talked about the hostile environment. What do you have to do to kind of take them and keep them in their seats as opposed to letting them get partying and having a good time at your expense?
Do what we do, read our keys and coverages correctly, Everybody be in their alignment and assignment and do their job. Everybody's doing they 111th, and we'll be happy with the outcome at the end. Everybody's doing their job at 100%.
Thanks very much.
Let's go over to CL Brown.
Hey, Power, I was curious who would you say has been the most instrumental to your development as a football player?
Coach Dick for sure. He's my position coach. I'm with him every day. Just understanding the game, growing my knowledge, and just trusting the process. It's process. It's a beautiful game, and if you trust the process and trust how things work over time, you'll slowly grow and get better each and every day. It's 1% each day. I try to get 1% better each day, and try to great players don't make the same mistakes twice. So, yeah, I'll say Coach Dick for sure.
So, but I mean, who would you say helped get you to this point? Like before you got to Carolina, and how you just kind of all of this that's instilled, that the motivation you have, the drive that you have. Who helped you kind of form that?
I would say even all my experiences in my lifetime. I say everything I've ever been through in my life has experienced me and molded me into the person I am today. From my father, my mother, my siblings, friends, family. Football, just loving the game. I just love the game of football. I've been playing this since I was 6. And just me internally wanting to be better for myself, me wanting to be great, me wanting to be like the guys that, made it to the NFL. Me wanting to be like the greats that play this game, even if they didn't make it, the greats that played in college football. I just want to be, make myself proud. And yeah, it's internal. I could say it's really internal.
All right, thank you.
Adam Smith, go ahead.
Power, how's it going? Just from hearing you answer CL's question there, what makes football a beautiful game in your opinion? Why do you call it that?
The grass, the way it feels in the summer going into the fall, the way the seasons change, the way it sounds when you hit somebody, the click clack, the energy you have, the camaraderie, all of it is amazing. Then when you see it unfold and when you play it the way it's supposed to be played, it's very unique. It's not like any other sport. I can see that.
Wanted to ask you about something that I know you've heard the coaches talk about forever, and something that Mac has preached for a long time is that you guys didn't win a game on the road last year, and this is obviously your first road game this season. I mean, what do you just think about that whole situation with going winless on the road last year? And is that something that you all as just players have talked about going into this season, is something you obviously would like to change?
Last year was last year. I can say that. We kind of don't dwell on the past, especially me. If it happened in the past, it's over with. You can't do nothing about it. And right, I'm really focused on the moment, and we really focus on the now. And we got a whole new team, a whole new quarterback back there, new defensive coordinator. So it's a whole different look. It's a whole different standard. It's a whole different mindset. So going into this away game is a clean slate, and just go into the away game and just do what we do.
Cool, thank you.
Richard Atkins, go ahead.
Hey, Power. Congratulations on a good game. You led both teams in total tackles, really dominant performance. The first half of the defense wasn't the best. The second half, you guys really turned it on. Was something said at halftime, or was a player said something what was the adjustment?
We just made adjustments to what they did, everything, the things we made mistakes on. We talked about it and executed it when we came back out. We knew what they were trying to do, and we knew what mistakes we had made on certain plays, and we went back and corrected it, and we went back out there and executed. Nobody really said it, really. We just kind of understood. It was common understanding, okay, we've seen what they're going to do. We know what's going on. Let's make these adjustments, and let's go out there and do what we do.
As far as the preparation for that last game, it seemed like it wasn't a lot of footage on those guys. How difficult was it leading into that versus coming to this game where it's a little bit more footage and preparation?
I would say just footage terms of we didn't know who was going to necessarily be out there and who was playing, but from a film standpoint, we studied hard, and we got to see the mindset of the offensive coordinator. Regardless who was out there on the field, the X's and O's part, we just knew kind of the scheme and what was going on. So I wouldn't say it was that complicated. It was just we don't know who's going to be out there, but whoever's out there, we know what's going to happen.
Thank you.
All right, our final question for Power will come from Michael Coe. Go ahead.
Power, I don't know if you saw, but Cedric Gray before the season, he said he got that dog in you. What do you think about that?
Nah, I mean, we got a lot of dogs in us across the defensive side. A lot of us are very hungry. A lot of us are very aggravated about how last season went, how we, played and run defense. It was just a whole lot of things, and we got a whole lot of dogs on the defensive side. It's not just me.
And being named team captain for this game, how did you find out, and what does that mean to you to be one of only 3 on the whole team?
Just the team let me know, and it's an honor. And as a team captain, you got to do things, you got to lead, and I feel like as long as I do my job and do it at a high level, I feel like I'll be all right. I'll lead them in the right direction.
Thank you.
Great. Power, thanks so much for a few minutes. Appreciate it.